Good morning. Today is December 9th, on a Tuesday, 2025, and present with us is the health department, but in this case is Matt, who's with the sanitation department. Matt, you want to give us a update on what's going on in your department?
Yeah, moving along this fall, septics. We're nearing record numbers again this year on septics. Our permits, yeah, have kind of been abnormal compared to other years for the fall. They have actually increased in some places, almost doubled. So, and I don't quite understand it, but in the beginning of the summer and spring and summer, we were down. So maybe they're just making up on stuff like that. But so that's going well there. The other big thing is our establishment inspections and licensing. Our inspections are doing well. We're on schedule. We should be wrapping them up here at the end of the year. And on the licensing end of it, we're getting a lot more licenses as for like cottage foods and retail foods. And then there's supposed to be another campground coming in here soon, so I'll be looking at that. But,
where's that at?
The Whitehall Pipestone one? Or?
No, the Hot Springs wants to go back into camp. They've been allowing people to camp out there, but they found out they needed to do it officially. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it there. Basically what we've been doing here.
So the reason we did this meeting, Dan, I probably didn't clarify that is Matt's trying to figure out if we can afford or want to do a position for his admin. So that's, we wanted to get together and talk about that today and kind of figure out what we're gonna do or not gonna do, or what we can do, I guess, essentially. So Kelly, do you want to give us a little bit of background? I don't know where Ginger's at, but she must be on the phone or something.
Thanks for
Sorry, I just printed something and now it's like I can't hear anything, so. So Matt approached me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago and had talked to, I believe, you, Corey, and possibly to Pam. And he was interested in getting a additional staff member to assist him. We talked about full-time, part-time, and all the information surrounding that. And he mentioned that Molly had been maybe not having sufficient enough time to do what he needed in his department. So here we are. I talked to Ginger and to you guys, and we decided to have a meeting with everybody here to discuss it.
So when I talked to Matt, he seemed to think that we were getting busier than what Molly could handle. Is that right, Matt? Kind of.
Yeah, I feel I overestimated when I first took over the position. I thought I could put more on her shoulders in that position, with what time she had. And I think I need to back off a bit. And I'm realizing that I can't handle it all with the hours I have. So I'm seeing kind of the issue a lot is people are coming in to get septic permits or get licensed for establishments. And I'm not there, and they've made a trip in to do it. So they're a little disgusted, it's nice to have somebody there to help them. And then when you're helping them, I mean, it's sometimes an hour there going through trying to look up the paperwork, especially on septics. You got to go to several different applications sites to get the information, and you're sitting there helping fill out the form. So it's time consuming, but I'm just seeing that I didn't estimate right. I kind of overestimated that I could handle more and Molly could handle more, but I feel that's kind of where I'm asking for extra help.
So we looked at the numbers, did we not, Ginger, and we're.
Yeah, so I just double checked before I came in. A full-time person would be at least 68,000 a year.
68.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Kelly, that would be at about 21 an hour. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, my guess is probably right around 20 an hour, depending on what obviously the job description turns out to be, but we're anywhere from 19 to 21 is a good estimate.
So that's too much money. The sanitarian budget has obviously isn't using as much without a full-time person like Megan, or 3/4 time like Megan was. But the full budget is 133,000 a year, so that would be
half of them.
for a full-time person, so in my opinion, it's too much to have.
What would, so for part-time, what would be a reasonable one that would fit in hours, like how many hours? Is reasonable?
So if you cut that in half, then you'd be at 34,000 a year. But I mean, how much time is Molly putting in right now?
I approve her timesheets. Recently with her personal situation and with vaccines, which we're pretty much through that season, she's only been doing about an hour a day in sanitarian work, sometimes two.
Okay.
So
So as part
in
of
the beginning, she was giving more time.
sure, get all trained up and
Yeah.
everything, I'm sure. So as part of the problem that you're down here in the basement and she's over there in that office, or we got people going to your office when they should be going to her office, or I don't know if that's a problem or.
Yeah, that, I mean, that would help, you know, obviously that would help. I still think, there's a lot of time that I put in for handling these, the customers, the public coming in and doing it. I don't know if Molly, with all the other stuff going on that she's got with the health department, can handle that. I mean,
Gotcha.
What about posting the times that you're gonna be in the office? And that's the only times you're gonna do that type of stuff.
mhm,
And I mean, at least that would let the public know, don't just come in here and expect me to be here and spend 2 hours doing this. Does that make a difference? I mean,
yeah,
that's gonna happen anyway, because no matter who you get in there, they could end up with Molly's situation and they're not gonna be there. Somebody's gonna have to deal with it.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, you know, that is, we definitely can work that out. To do that, the problem that I run into in my position is that I'm called out for complaints and inspections. And sometimes, so with the situation, when I can't do that stuff and I'm having trouble getting out in the first place, getting it, so I move it on to Van or Zap. And then that obviously costs more money. But there's times when I'm called out very quickly, like a complaint or a septic inspection. There's a limited amount of time and we have 24 hours to respond. And sometimes Van is on the other, you know, a couple counties away, so he can't do it. So then I'm gone, and if we have something scheduled for hours, you know, but, you know, yeah. But force.
Well, we do, for the most part, have scheduled vaccination times, which helps us manage our workflow a little better when we know these are the times we're doing vaccinations. So if Molly's still involved in part of this process, you know, we could look at having hours that were opposite of what we were doing for vaccination. Like Tuesday afternoons, we have a nurse that's gone to Whitehall. So our office is technically closed because we have another one open. So that would be a great time for environmental health to get service from our department if that's what's needed. Just, you know, maybe thinking through some of that of when there are good times for Molly to be engaged in that. The other thing is though I think, you know, the rest of our department has tried to fill in some of those gaps, you know, answer phones or do some, you know, respond to customers as they come to our door, which a lot of them come to our door anyway. They're looking for public health and they come, that's what's listed. So, you know, just better communication from Molly to us when maybe she needs to be working on environmental health so that we can maybe take care of some of the other things that need to be happening. So, you know, there is some of that workaround we can look at too.
Cause I guess my opinion is we're paying the contractors. We knew it was gonna be expensive. That's why we hired them to do this. we're paying you and we're paying Molly. And I know you got stuck in the basement. And I think that doesn't help matters any, but I really don't think we've given this a chance to work or see what the big issues are. And we're just going right to, well, we have to hire somebody for this. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
The main thing with hiring someone too is that when you hire someone, they only get more expensive. You can't, it's not easy to eliminate that position, and it goes up every year. So.
And I think this is.
And just to,
Go ahead, Kelly.
sorry, go ahead, just to give you guys additional information, I did visit with Molly, kind of not off the record, but she didn't know why I was talking to her, but I visited with her and she did not feel like she was overwhelmed. Obviously she's had some personal issues and that's made her a little bit stressed, but she thought that it was going well, that she was handling the additional duties okay, and didn't feel like she was overwhelmed. So.
And I think too, Matt, right now is like the perfect time to try to get this to where it works well. And if it doesn't, we're into budget time. So June or so, we can, if it's still not working where it should be working, then we can talk about it at the budget. And if we need to adjust your budget to put a part-time person in there or change something, that's probably the perfect time. And I don't know how busy you are over the winter, but I think that, to me, that would be a good opportunity to get this most efficient as it can. And if we need to adjust during the budget cycle, then that would be the perfect opportunity. So that's my opinion too. Just let's work on adjusting things, get it efficient, and by June, if it's not working, then we'll look at the budget and try to compensate for that. And we're also trying to figure out if we can get some more space over at the health department, because if we can do that, then getting you moved over there would solve a lot of problems too. So.
And I think that's gonna be a huge help to everybody, the whole department, to include yours and the health department and the safety part. The whole thing is gonna work better once we can get that done, if we can get it done. But the other thing I kind of heard through this whole thing is, I think you said it, Pam said it, we all kind of said it, is communication. I think we really need to, if you're having issues, talk to Molly. If Molly has an issue, she can talk to you. She can go to Pam and say, I need this many hours, or on this day, this many hours on this day, and really kind of figure that out and see where we end up. Because I think just jumping into it, we're just throwing money and a part-time person at it, if we can even find somebody to do that, where I don't think we've even given this a chance to work and see where we really need to go. And in 6 months, when we're back into budget time, we may come to the conclusion that you do need a part-time person. We can see if we can find one and see if it fits in the budget. I just think we're jumping the gun a little bit and trying to fix something that we really don't know it's a problem yet.
And we'll have information, a better layout of how many hours Molly put in over the past year and how much we did end up paying the independent contractors for their services. Right now we don't have enough time to really look and see what the cost of all.
Makes sense.
And if you need help with your scheduling and getting it advertised or whatever, I'm gonna be in the office at this time. You know, there's, whatever hours you're in the office, you say you're in the office, you get pulled away in an emergency. People have to understand that. I wasn't there because I had a truck wreck or whatever it is. So I think if you had set hours and you got it out to everybody, they can't complain that you weren't there when you were supposed to be there, unless it was an emergency. And I think that would probably solve a lot of your stress problems, where people are showing up when you're not there. If you could have that, and I can help you with that. I don't know if Pam has time to help you. We can get the website fixed and get it on Facebook, Sanitarian, he's in his office at this time, these days, and
Well,
then they
and I
really
think
don't
we
have-
worked together with Molly to figure out what hours she's gonna dedicate to sanitarian work, because I think it's easy for her, because she's very familiar with the work that we do, to do that, where it's a little bit more of a challenge with the environmental health side. And so I think she needs to dedicate a specific amount of time to help Matt get the work done that he
Sure.
needs done,
Yeah, I think if you guys can work together to get a schedule that works good.
right?
And however we want to get that out on the website, on Facebook, whatever, in the newspaper, I mean, I can help with that if you need help organizing all that PR stuff.
Yeah.
And, so we can get it out the best we can. It's not gonna be perfect. There's people that you can mail them a letter and they still won't look at it. So, but at least you can tell them, well, it's here, 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 and here. That's my office hours. I'm sorry, you can't mail them here. I'm sorry, so.
Yeah, so just a couple of comments. So when Matt is in the office, people can come in and see Matt. When Matt's not in the office, the idea before was that they would come over and see Molly.
Molly.
And Molly would help start the process and things like that. So, I think more structure,
Mhm.
I mean, would help. I mean, more understandable hours and getting her on a little bit more of a schedule to commit X, amount of time to things in your lane. But I mean, people should be able to see somebody no matter when they drop in.
Mhm.
If they hit your hours, great. If they can't do that, a sign over there that refers them over to, admin support to help them, right?
Mhm.
I mean, more structure.
So Kelly, so we gave Molly a list of, the job duties in the beginning. Can I add to that list, or is that like a set in stone agreement that we can't go beyond that?
No, you can add to that list. No,
Okay,
that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, send the
communication
additional duties
with
to me
Molly
first,
and
but you can
Pam,
add to it.
and I would say,
Usually the job description says and other duties assigned.
yeah,
okay,
So it's.
Correct.
You need to add something in there, you can.
And just to give everybody a time frame, we just started this in August, so it's barely been 4 months that we've been doing this. So it's
Sadly,
pretty, it's pretty new.
We've had a hiccup with their health issues that they've had, but we've also had respiratory season. And we can look at that in a different way. I mean, we can look at how the rest of our staff supports respiratory season in a different way, so that Molly is still available. I mean, if she's committed to help Matt with certain things, that needs to be a priority. She can't just say, I'm not doing this because I'm doing this. We need to look at how the rest of us support this whole picture. If we're
Sure.
doing this whole picture, which I believe is the right thing to do, and what we need to do, then I think we need to make sure that there is support for Matt and he doesn't get pushed off the plate.
Sure.
And things happen. We all know things
Oh, yeah.
happen and we need time away, or we need to take care of things. But, I think if we had a little more structure with what time Molly's working on certain things and what those duties include. And I know Matt shared with me that there was a situation where he had a contractor on site and Molly wasn't able to help because we had patients in the office. We didn't know that she needed to help Matt. So that's another place where that communication is had we known that, as nurses, we could have taken care of those patients,
Sure.
and done what we needed to do so that Matt's client was also taken care of. So just things like that, I think we need to look at and work through.
Okay.
I think it's doable.
Yeah, I think it's just a scheduling thing.
and the only thing that never changes is that things always change.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think we can coordinate where Molly has to be doing this at the health department. You could be in your office, whatever that is, and that's flexible either way, but I think just the coordination between your two offices would solve a lot of the problems. Then getting the word out to everybody, if you have to see Matt, he's gonna be in his office from this time to this time on these days.
Yeah.
So.
And I think like Tim said, a sign will help a lot, that if they're not just going there and they have zero direction.
Right.
At least that'll tell them somewhere to go, where at least then Molly can say, if this is what you need, baby, I can help you. Or if Molly's stepped out, Pam can say, hey, Molly will be back in 15 minutes. Matt won't, they can have your schedule. Matt will be here on this day. Come back and see him.
Mhm. So
And our staff has, taken some of those phone calls, responded to people that walk in the door. So I think my whole staff needs to kind of understand what the process is, so that when Molly is out, we're able to still give some continuity of care there. Sorry, that's a medical term.
That's okay.
On duty of care to environmental health.
It
But,
works.
I think we can help Matt. To, so that his plate isn't so full,
Sure,
because there are things only he can do,
right,
just like there are things only a nurse can do. We
absolutely.
need to be able to make sure he's using his license.
So as for setting, time schedule, like when people can come. So once the, however it works out with the fee schedule, that's what I was waiting, and I was gonna revamp our website so that. And then I can add that in there for that.
Yeah.
The one thing, I had talked with Van about, Van was wondering too, in our regulations, it states we have 10 days to get a septic permit out. Van says other counties, which I haven't looked myself, he said that other counties tend to go longer, in some cases, some go shorter. But 10 days with as busy as we are in the summer is kind of tough, and so I may look into that and may see if.
And I guess you could look into, is that what the law says, or is that just what we're doing?
It's our county regulation. It's under our county wastewater regulations. It's 10 days. So, yeah, I can check around and see what's going on there, but that may be a little bit of help.
Cause maybe it could be something along the lines of the goal is to do this in 10 days,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
again, things happen.
it does. Sometimes they get complicated. And we gotta make a lot of phone calls to DEQ or get a engineer involved with it. So, yeah. It takes
Yeah,
time, so.
if it doesn't say that you have to have it done in 10 days in the MCA, then we should be able to adjust that. Obviously, we don't wanna make it 3 months, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think the goal should be 10 days, if that's what,
try to, yeah.
but
I like to have it out as soon as we can, but it just doesn't always work that way.
Yep.
So. No, thank you for taking the time.
Man, I got something I'm just waiting. I listen to everybody, like I said. I agree with everything that's been said around this table.
Mhm.
Only thing I would ask is, in all honesty, have you been overwhelmed from down in the Whitehall area? The reason I'm saying this is I know I've got people calling me. And I said, I'll find out, like the one where we're dealing on Yellowstone Trail.
Mhm.
He had another question, and I know that person keeps calling and calling and calling and
Mhm.
calling. And then they talk to DEQ, they're not getting an answer, so then they're calling and wanting to talk to you.
Mhm.
If I can help in any way, I just mean the communications, let me know, I'll call them
Mhm.
and talk to them and let them know, because I know that gentleman has a question now about some wood or something outside, and DEQ's going, there's nothing we can do about it. I know it's out of your hands,
Mhm.
but I just need to know what the circumstances are so that I can explain it to them, and I'll try and keep you out of it unless I need to pull you in. I mean,
Yeah,
to help, because you got enough to do.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to help you out that way. Okay?
yeah, I didn't know he hadn't contacted me, cause last we
No,
left.
he
it-
called DEQ.
Well, yeah, DEQ and I. had went
Yeah,
out
they
there, so
blew him off.
They haven't helped him yet.
Well, the wood and stuff, he doesn't understand that, and they're going, well, we can't do anything about that. And I don't understand how that works as for that cleanup.
Mhm.
See, that's the stuff I don't know about,
Yeah,
so that I can maybe help explain that to
yeah,
based on what you know.
and I can call up, the EQ guy that went out there with me. He
Okay,
took photos and walked around.
and
the
then I'll
property
just
and
call
stuff,
that
so.
gentleman back.
Yeah.
And let him know that DEQ should be getting hold of him, I guess.
Mhm.
You know, and I'll let him know that you know.
Yeah,
So I'll just keep you out of it, but if you need me to talk to somebody like that, because I know him very well,
Mhm.
I'll help you.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll touch base with DEQ, because they seemed like they wanted to solve the issue.
Yeah, I
So
don't know why they're
we'll
calling
we'll
him,
figure it out.
but I haven't been down there to check it out, so I can't tell.
Yeah,
So I'll give you a heads up, but I'm here for you to help you too, so.
yeah. No, that one had been progressing, and I had several conversations with the complainant,
Great.
and, yeah, so
Yeah, so I don't know.
we'll figure it out.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
But, yeah, complaints. This fall, we've had a lot of complaints across the county, different
Right.
things, so it's, and those are time consuming, those are
They
just
are. That's
plain
why I
time
said it.
consuming, so. But, yeah. No, but thank you for taking the time, everybody. So,
you bet.
Thank you, Matt.
Hopefully we can
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah,
One way or another.
you bet. So,
You're doing a good job. We appreciate it.
thank you.
Hang in there.
We're trying to stay out of the.
Not-
calling in
Not always
complaints.
simple, that's why you make big bucks.
That's right. That's right. So,
Like Mike on Saturday.
Yeah, if you need help in any way with the PR stuff, don't be afraid to reach out. We
Okay.
can help you with that. If you're okay with it, go for it.
Okay, sounds good.
So I know that's one more thing you have to do is get all the website done and Facebook and all that.
Yeah.
Well, we have Canva, so we can help make signs. and
Okay,
Do social media posts. I mean, we do that all the time.
Okay, great.
So
Yeah.
we'll just have to sit down and figure that out.
good. Sounds good.
I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right,
Thanks, Matt.
sounds good.
Let me know if you want me to do anything special on Thursday.
I want you to show up
Dance,
with your smile.
Dance or-
Oh, I didn't know dancing was an option. Yes. dancing.
Nobody will enjoy that, trust me.
Thanks, Ginger.
Ginger Stephanie.
Sorry. Just real quick. I just.
Nothing else, I guess, will be adjourned on this one, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm glad you remember. That's one thing I forget.
Thank you.
Are you done with us, Kelly?
I am done with you guys if you're done with me.
I think we are done, so.